my name is Gbemisola Oduyemi, and I'm connecting from Ontario, Canada. I'm a mother of three. I'm a wife. I also work full time. I'm a digital business owner.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode.
Yeah, that's that's
That's
about it.
that's lovely. Because like I was just telling Gbemisola before we started, our platform Aclasses.org, we are basically concentrating on people that are beginners in business, no? In content creation as it were. Maybe for example, you want to learn how to create content, how to optimize it, and how to monetize it at the end of the day. Because we are not just here to make fun or to waste time. We are inviting people into content creation so that they can turn it into a business for themselves. Of course, there are steps in it. There are things that you need to do to help you come out so that you are not just there for the love of it, no? So that is why I really find it very interesting because right now, Gbemisola is still having her own job, but she's transiting as it were. Because by the time you begin to make more money from what you are doing, then you stop working for people and start working for yourself because that is the
Exactly.
dream at the end of the day.
Mhm.
So she's an entrepreneur, and she's going to be telling us her trajectory, what she's going through, and how she's planning her exit. This is very important. So first of all, let's go back again because you will read on that everyone has a story. It means that we are concentrating on you. So tell us a little bit about you, the young Gbemisola growing up. Tell us about that.
Okay, so growing up, I grew up in a very large family back in Lagos, Nigeria, and we were taught to, get the education you need, get a job, stay with your job, work hard, and you will grow, and you would have enough to provide for your family and everything, because that's the life our parents had, right? But my father not only got a job, he also had a business of his own. So I think behind my mind, I've always had that consciousness that even if you have a job, having something of your own is very key and very necessary because, as I said before, I come from a large family. But as large as we were, my father was able to provide for each and every of his children. He was able to send each and every one of us to school, and it wasn't based on the money he was earning from salary, it was from his business. So I've always known that, but I found I couldn't thrive in the traditional kind of business. I wasn't very good at, selling to people or working the brick and mortar business. Anyway, even with your job, you don't even have time to run a brick and mortar business, right? So, um, somewhere at the corner of my mind, I just always felt I didn't fit into the job environment because I never was inclined to climb the corporate ladder. I did my work, I enjoyed what I did, but the rat race, no, I never did run for it. And honestly, I thought I was just very unmotivated to do it. Like I was maybe too lazy or something. But until recently, when I discovered that really wasn't it, it was just because I was totally wired differently. I wasn't wired to work for someone all my life, right? That my thinking just wasn't in that place. And I didn't realize that until I started my own digital business and I found the passion to run after that, to grow in that. It was just totally different for me. It was like I found freedom because normally I'll go in, I'll do my work. I will always do my work professionally. But I don't go to work looking for how do I move high up on this corporate ladder? How do I become a boss? How do I become this? I just never think about it. Whether they increase my salary or not. If they increase it, good. If they don't, I am not one of those that I'm thinking, how do I fight for a better salary? I'm always thinking, how do I make extra for myself on the side? That is what I was always thinking about. But it was so difficult because I couldn't go around selling things to people like, oh, I have this, I'm selling this, or anything like that. It just wasn't me, and it just never worked for me. So I was in this difficult situation, like I'm not fitting here and I'm not fitting here. It was just very weird situation until the digital business exploded, and then I found my niche. I found myself in that.
That's interesting. That is really very important as a conversation, no? Because you look at the diaspora community, which is our main audience in this podcast, you see that Nigeria have a lion's share in it, no? When you look at
Yeah,
African as it were. So Nigeria are found in every walk of life in the international community, from tech to even in the military, we are basically in everywhere, education, in different professions, no? So it
yeah,
is important that our entrepreneurial spirit, our entrepreneurial journey is also narrated in this sense. So it's very important that we pay attention to this one. That we should do, maybe, for example, you are in Nigeria, you want to come to, I don't know, US or Canada, like Gbemisola, or maybe a country in Europe. You need to have it at the back of your mind that you are not going to always work for people, because that is going to take you only so much. But if you want to
exactly.
amount to something substantial, you must be thinking beyond that setup. So that is why I really find the conversation very interesting with you just now. All right. So you started. Now people don't even understand what is even meant by digital entrepreneur. I know that even in Nigeria, this is something that is beginning to come up now.
Yeah,
So anyway, I will leave it there. So what is even meant by digital entrepreneur?
very well. Okay, so a digital entrepreneur is someone who has a business online. Your business is majorly online, and it could be so many things out there. You could be offering services, you could be offering products, you could have your services or your products available on existing uh, shops like Amazon, Shopify, and things like that. But basically, when you say a digital entrepreneur, you're offering a service or a product online. Basically, you might not have you might and might not have a physical store or a physical space to also run your business, but an online presence. Once you have an online presence, you are going into digital entrepreneurship.
All right, that's interesting. All right, but make sure I didn't ask you when you left Nigeria. No, but anyway, let's think also for our people in Nigeria and in Africa who probably are having this opportunity, because internet is not limited only to Canada where you are,
No,
or maybe to Europe where I am. It's everywhere. It's also available
yes,
in Africa, which means somebody in Lagos or in Kaduna or in Benin or in Enugu can also tap into these resources that is available to every person. So
exactly.
the question really for you is, how do you know where to go into? How do you know what to concentrate on as your lane in the digital world, in digital entrepreneur world as it were?
I would say look at your passion. What are you passionate about? What makes you tick, right? Um, Look at that. Some people love to write. They just love to write. Then go into content creation. Go into content creation. And I was just reading about someone else. He said, you know what? The only way to build your content creation skill is to write content. Instead of going into this thinking, okay, I want to make money from the get-go, why don't you go into it thinking, I want to learn? Like offer up your services for free, maybe, for some companies, just build your portfolio first, and then you go from there. Because no matter what you do in life, people, it's you have to take the time to build yourself. There, don't go thinking it's going to be making you profit immediately, right? Life is not like that. And if there's anybody telling you there's one business somewhere, just come and start it, by tomorrow you start making money, I think you should watch out, because those are the ones that are not, they're usually not clean. Because no business, nothing, whether it be online or offline, is going to start offering you money almost immediately. There's hardly anyone like that. It will take time to build. Even for you, Obehi, I'm pretty sure starting this out, it couldn't have been easy from the word from the get-go. You have to build your audience gradually. Nobody is going to throw audience at you, right? So everything takes time. And our people should stop thinking that where you want to get rich quick. That mentality is holding everybody back. They see opportunities. I know people see opportunities, but the first thing they check is, when do I start getting returns? They don't look at the long term. They look at the short term. I want returns now. And if I'm not getting it now, then it's not worth it. Right? So there's so many things you can do. Look at where you're good at. And I know some people will say, I don't know anything. I don't have any product. I don't think I have any service. Maybe I'll address that later. I'll address how you can go about that later. But if you have a product already, you have an idea, then just look for a store online that you can partner with. Rather than starting from the scratch, building your own website, building the back end, building your funnel and all of that, then just partner with a store, partner with maybe Etsy or some other store, and push your product out there. Also leverage social media. I must say that you have to leverage social media to push your products.
Two things are very important here by the time we dabble into this world. That first of all, you need to know your ability to do something, and you also need to know what you are going to be doing. That is very important. In
Yeah.
both, we are going to have to learn anyway, because you cannot just because you know how to do something, come out with a perfect product, or just because you have a product in mind to create, you just know how to do it immediately. Both of you are going to have to learn, no? So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, from your personal experience, how did you go about your own research of the product you want to create? How do you know that this is what you are going to do?
Okay, so that is where I come in to talk to people about not having a product. When I started, I didn't have a product in mind. I was at a point in my life where I needed something. I knew something needed to give, because even though everybody thinks, oh, when you're abroad, when you have job, then you're getting money and everything is good and all of that. But we all know that we have parents back home, right? We have siblings back home. We have responsibilities, even for our children here and our family here. And we have bills that never stop coming, especially when you're abroad. Your bills, they come in on time. That one doesn't ever miss. It comes in on time and you must pay those bills, right? So all these things, even though you're earning an amount of money, at the end of the day, you're barely able to save. So I was at a point where I something needed to give. I needed to find something, and I had absolutely no product. I had no time to develop any product. Not that I couldn't do anything. I have skills that I could put to use and sell stuff on Etsy, but I just didn't have that time because I run a full-time job, and I have kids, and I have other engagements that I was into. So how did I start my own? Um, I came across a platform really that gave me everything I needed to start. I didn't need to create a product. I didn't need to develop a website myself. I didn't need to uh, develop anything in particular. All I needed to do was to come into this platform that was already running like a well-oiled machine and simply plug into it. They give me the product, they give me the automation, they give me everything. All I'm doing is running my own business. Everything in the background, I'm leveraging the platform for it. So I didn't even have to take time to search for a product. They already had products. I just needed to key into it, have my own spin on what they already have, and run my business. And that was it. Very simple. Nothing more than that.
I wish it's always simple. But anyway, that is fine. We are all going to test out for ourselves. Now, uh, you saw this opportunity. How do you know that it was going to work for you? Then you tap into it. Tell me about that. I mean, the conviction, the testing of the idea.
Okay, so what the opportunity offers you, when I saw the opportunity, I was offered I had to pay a certain amount of money, and that's what people need to know. For everything, there's an investment, right? So in order for me to um, investigate further what they offered, what I would get, like what they were all about, I had to pay a certain amount of money, and it was refundable. Like if after seeing what they had, if I didn't like it, if I felt it wasn't going to work for me, I was able to refund within 30 days. And 30 days is enough for anybody to do research on something you're really interested in. So I thought I have to take this chance. I have to take this opportunity to see for myself what they're about. And I really thank God I did, because I'm a very skeptical person. And my husband is even more skeptical than I am. So,
You need to be sure that the wife is doing the right thing, you know.
oh my God, he is way more skeptical than I am, way more skeptical. But of course, for something that you don't know anybody that is already doing it, or you're scared and you're thinking, is this genuine? Is this really true? So I did pay, and I looked at what they had, and I looked at their community as well. And I just knew that, yeah, this is something I could do. I wasn't good at going door to door selling, right? And I'm not good at telling my friends, oh, I've got this for sale. I really am terrible, really terrible at it. All the things I tried to sell, I think I eventually gave them out for free back in those days. Because when my friends say, oh, I like it, oh, take it, how much? What can you pay? That's what I end up as. What can you pay? At the end of the day, they pay barely anything for it. So it was almost like giving it out for free, not really getting anything back. And I told myself, that wasn't you. But this, where I have the training on how to use my social media that I go on every day anyway to earn a certain amount of money. I mean, I just could see the potential in it, and I didn't let it go. I didn't let it go. And eventually joined up with them. I stayed in, I never refunded them. I stayed in, and I haven't looked back since then. I really haven't.
That is a good story, you know. It have a happy ending. Of course, it's a continuous process, I want to believe. All right,
It
now,
is. It is.
what do you think beginners entrepreneurs need to know about digital entrepreneur? I mean, people who probably are listening to you now somewhere in some, in some part of the world, and they say, okay, I can do it, but they don't know what to do. Where do you think they should start from?
For people that don't know what to do, if you already have a service or a business, I've addressed that. Go partner with someone. If you don't know what to do, that means you're like exactly in my shoes, or you're where I was when I started. I have no service to offer, no product to offer. Um, there are platforms out there that you can go into, like you can do affiliate marketing is a very good option. Affiliate marketing, when you don't have a product you want to earn online, then by all means go into affiliate marketing, right? And that, you don't need to source for a product. You have a product already. A company is already producing the product. You're only pushing the product for the company, and you're getting a certain amount back for that. The problem that people have with affiliate marketing is usually the companies are pushing products that are not too expensive. So of course, if your the product you're pushing is $50, so say $50, you probably wouldn't expect to get more than 10 $5 on every product, right? And some people think, oh, that's too small for me to be doing all that work, right? But you have to remember, you have to build things gradually. So when you start with one company, you don't have to be stuck with that company. You can move and get more and more companies until you're working so many products that little $5 or $10 around is actually making, sorry, excuse me, something big for you at the end of the day. Alternatively, well, what I did was, instead of sourcing for different companies, as I said before, I plugged into just one platform that is giving me all I need. That's an alternative that you can do. One platform that gives you everything. So I'm not even sourcing for company, I'm not sourcing for product, I'm not sourcing for anything like that.
That's great. All right, now you made mention of affiliate marketing, and this is very important, especially for people who are creating content and they don't have product of their own, so they are looking for a way to monetize their content. This one becomes very important. Do you want to spend maybe a few seconds there explaining what it means and how you apply it in your own case?
In my own case, I already have a company I'm partnered with, as I said before. So I don't stock up the product. I don't have time. I don't have to buy the products like in a store, and then when I sell, I ship it out. No. So it's a combination of affiliate marketing for me and drop shipping. So for those that don't know, maybe I should go back to explaining affiliate marketing and drop shipping. So when you're doing affiliate marketing, that means you're partnering with a company that already has a product and you're selling their products for them. In some cases, they might require you to buy a certain amount of products in order to start shipping. They might say maybe 100 units or a certain amount of units as a minimum, and then you start buying. So you buy those products, you have them with you, and then you ship them each time somebody buys from you. Then we have the drop shipping part of it. And when you have drop shipping, that means the company that is producing it is the one shipping it. You are not stocking up anything at all. When someone buys from you, the order goes straight from your store to the company providing the product. And the company sends the product from their own warehouse straight to the person that bought. You don't even get to see the product at all. That is drop shipping. You don't come across the product. Your hand doesn't touch the product at all. It goes straight from the company that owns the product straight to the buyer. You are only a middle ground in between to get the buyer connected to the owner of the product. That is drop shipping. And for me, my platform provides the two, the affiliate marketing and the drop shipping. So I'm not stocking products and I'm not dealing with shipping products either. All I'm doing is selling. That's all. All I'm doing is selling the product.
How is it to sell? Because I remember one time you were saying before that you were not very good in selling. So if you are selling now,
No.
it means that you have sort of learned. Because like I was saying before, you are going to have to learn how to do some of these things that maybe you didn't know how to do before. So tell me about that.
Okay, so I'm trying to say these things without basically limiting it to my own business. I'm just being open. But honestly, for my business, I don't sell products. I get products out there to people, but I'm not out there selling any products to anybody. And that's the basic truth. Um, you will never see any of my, if you go on my Facebook page, my business page, you would never see any of my posts talking about any particular product because that is where the awesomeness of the platform, where it works for me. Because I am not practically selling any product, but I get to still push out product to people. All I'm selling to people, or all I'm telling people, all I'm doing for people is helping them. And I'm looking for people that are interested in starting their own online business. That is all I'm interested in. Do you want to start your online business? Yes. Then let me show you how you can start. That is all I get to sell. And for me, that's easy. If you want to start an online business, I can show you how I started, how you can start, how thousands out there have started and are making it, right? And are using the income from this online business that I'm doing to even pay off their mortgages, to stop. Some of them were working 3 jobs. They've stopped all 3 jobs and they're working on their own just in 2 years of doing this business. So um, if you want to sell a product, yes, there are ways you can sell it. I am not selling a product. I'm selling a service for those that want to start their online business. I will mentor you personally. If you come to me, I will personally mentor you on how to start your own business. It's a one-on-one mentorship. So it's not like you're just thrown into the program and you're left alone. I'll be there with you every step of the way, showing you what to do step by step. Anytime you have any question, I'm there with you. We also have this whole big community of over 100,000 online business professionals that are everywhere in the world, in Nigeria, in Kenya, in South Africa, in Dubai, in UK, US, Australia. We are everywhere, really. We are everywhere. And there will be always someone available to help you answer any question you have. Trainings are out there for you. We have everything step by step, simple video based training, along with your one on one mentorship, and you get a coach as well. So that's how I started. For me, it's the easiest way to get online without me having to set up my own website, having to set up my product. I didn't have to get any, like, I call it an all-in-one platform. As I said before, it's a well-oiled machine that is already running. All you're doing is plugging into it. And that's all I did. And my business is doing real good.
All right, great, great. We love to hear that. Now, how easy was it for you to get started in this platform that you are now happy about? I mean, tell me about the getting started moment. I mean, if it was very easy for you to get started, I understand you didn't need to have a product of your own, but if you are running a system, every system have strategy, have way, have rules, have different parts in it that make it move. Because, like you said, nobody is just going to throw the money out to you. You are going to have to do the
No.
work if you are going to
Yes.
benefit. And to do
Yes.
the work, you need to know how to do it. So, tell me about this learning process, whether it was easy, how it was for you.
Okay. So, for me, it was easy. Some people might not find it easy. It all depends on your what experience you have. Um, if you're going online, you definitely need to know how to work your system. You have to be familiar with your social media. And I must say something here. I am no novice to computers. I studied computer science in school, but I wasn't really um, I wasn't really good in social media. I was one of those people that kind of stayed away from social media before I started my business. So you could say I was a novice, a total novice to the social media world when I started. So that was the learning curve for me. That was my learning curve. How to put myself out there on social media. I know we all hear all the bad things on social media. It can be cruel, it can be people can be aggressive. And yes, it's true. So one of the things I had to learn was how not to take things personally. People will make comments sometimes on your posts. You need to see beyond the the comments. You don't have to take it personally. Unless the person was verbally attacking you and being abusive, in that instance there are other things you can do. But if this person was simply airing an opinion that was contrary to yours, maybe you think in an unkind way, still the person wasn't abusive. You have to learn how not to take it personally and how to approach things like that um, with a positive attitude. Like reply a negative comment in a positive light. And you never know, the person might be going through a rough patch. The person might have had a bad experience doing another business, and here you are coming to talk about something, and he or she is just reacting based on the experience they've had. Giving a positive response might be able to help the person come out, or at least maybe calm down or reduce the pain the person is going through. So that is definitely something I had to learn about the online world. Don't uh, reply negative with negative. Always try to be positive, but do not let anyone verbally abuse you or say things that start bordering on being excessive. Then you need to do something about that. But apart from that, I really see myself as being out there to help other people. So when I see those comments, I actually feel empathy for them, because I know for people to make such comments, they have been through certain things. They have been through certain things. And what I feel is empathy. And my brain starts to think, what comments can I give this person to soothe whatever pain that they need? I even offer to have a chat with them at the back. See, even if you're not joining my business or anything, is there a way I can just even if it's just a listening ear to your story. Sometimes people don't even have anyone to talk to, even if it's just a listening ear to what you've been through. Even if I'm not able to help, a listening ear is okay, might help the person get over it and move on with life.
That's very good. That's very good. That's very good. And we all need it these days now, looking at everything that is happening in the world, the challenges and all of that. We all
Yeah,
need to be kind to each other, no? We all need to be human. Let's be human to one another, and let's
exactly.
look at environment where we are now. Yeah, we are here in the West. Maybe sometimes things might be a little bit easier looking at the infrastructure, looking at the communication as it were. No, do you think you will be able to looking at, of course, our people in Africa who might be able to, who might also like to do what you are doing now? Do you think if you were in Africa, you would be able to do the same thing? Do you think the different of infrastructure affect the kind of business you can do as a digital entrepreneur? Please share your view on that.
No, actually, when it comes to infrastructure and digital business, no. The infrastructure doesn't stop us because almost everybody back home right now has access to internet. Unless you're in a place where there's no access to internet, then yes, infrastructure will be a limiting factor. But if we look at the major cities anyway, we do have the infrastructure. All you need is a laptop, which is accessible to almost anyone as well, your internet, um, your products, and that's about it, and a website. And you can always have someone build a website for you if you want to start a website from scratch by yourself, or you could partner with other already running website like I mentioned earlier. So no, infrastructure is absolutely no hindrance, and that's the beauty of being a digital entrepreneur, because the infrastructure doesn't hold you back.
Now, talking about the tool, because we need tools to be able to run the program, no? Of course, computer is one of them. So I'm trying to understand which are those tools that are really of primary importance for someone to run an entrepreneurial business today, say a digital entrepreneur. What kind of tools do they need, and what kind of tools do you need to run your own system?
I need only three tools, just three: my laptop, my phone, and internet access. And that's it. You don't need anything more than that. Once you have done your initial setup, your products are up already and running. Basically, your phone with an internet access is enough for you to run through the day. Maybe when you come home in the evening, you might want to log on to your laptop. Maybe a couple of more functions your laptop can do better than your phone. Run it there a couple of hours, and that's it. That's it. For me, those three things are my main tool. I run my business at any time during the day. As I said before, I still work full time, right? During my breaks at work, I go on my office. Where is my office? Online. My social media, that's my
That's
office.
interesting.
I go on my office during my 1 hour break. I'm there, check a couple of things, reply a couple of people that want to know more, and send out emails to those that are asking. And because my system is automated anyway, the system I run is automated, it's already reaching out to people. It's only when they have personal questions for me, then I'm replying to their personal questions. But apart from that, our automated system is reaching out to people on its own. It's already reaching out to people that have connected with me on a certain level. It's running that in the background for me. So I'm so limited in what I really have to do. I just pop in my office. That's 1 hour in a day, maybe 30 minutes of my break time, actually. When I get back home, I pop in another 30 minutes to 1 hour, check things on my back at the back end, you know, keep replying to people, and that's it. In the meantime, I'm cooking, I'm feeding my kids, I'm running my day to day. Really, I'm just running my day to day, and my business is just running on my phone. Everybody goes around with their phones these days, right? So that's like me having my business anywhere I am, whether I be in Canada or I be in Nigeria, whether I travel, I'm at work, on the road, as long as I'm not the one driving, anyways.
Because that would not be
Yeah,
advisable, though.
yeah. So, uh, honestly, those are the only three things. I need to run a business. Phone, laptop, internet access, and my business is running 247.
All right, those are the hardware. What about the software? Because you made mention of email, for example. Because also before you were talking of affiliate marketing, which of course is going to require a number of. It depends on how you structure it. You are going to need email list and the rest of it. No, so then of course you are going to need email, need a way of communicating with people. So in terms of software, I don't know for your case, no. Okay, I don't know for the whole of the people, but what do you think are the most important software that you need to be able to run? Because of course, internet run on software.
Yes. Um, there are so many different softwares that you can use. Definitely your email. So you would need to create an email. I would advise you not to use your personal email so that people know you're authentic. Have a company name, have a website or your store name in your company name, and have an email that has to do with your store name. So if you are running a store called obehi.com, let your email be um, maybe obehi at gmail.com or at Outlook or whatever it is. But let your store name and your email, let it tally. And how do you do that? The first thing you need to do is to secure yourself a name, a company name, right? And then when you have a company name, you can go on sites like GoDaddy and secure an email. A website name is also good for you to secure if you're creating your website using GoDaddy. Secure your website name. Make sure no other person is using it. You have to, it's really not expensive to get a site on GoDaddy. $10, $20, I think. You have a site. And you have your email as well given to you for free. You just need to pick the email name you want. And you also, since you'll be using the social media, you need to put up posts and things like that. Using a software like canva.com is very good. They have a free, they have free use. So many items that are free to use on canva.com that you can actually use to design your posts, pimp up your products, just do a couple of things to make your product very interesting in Canva. And with that, you can use Canva as well to schedule your posts. So you can actually schedule posts ahead. And I'm saying this for professionals that are still working and want to run their business. You can schedule your post for a whole week ahead. So you're not going every day to start thinking, oh, what am I putting out today? What am I putting out today on my social media? You can schedule it on Canva, and every day your posts will go out like you are there, you know, just sending it out for you. And all you're doing is sitting back and having people reply to your posts, and not more than that. So all you have to do is just create that 1 or 2 hours, maybe over the weekend or whatever day is convenient for you, to schedule all your posts for a week, 2 weeks ahead if you can. And that's it. That means for the next 1 or 2 weeks, you're concentrating on your family. You're concentrating on other things apart from like day to day running. You can imagine if you compare that to having a brick and mortar business where you really have to go in physically every day. Even if you're making the money in that brick and mortar business, it's so difficult for you to just up and go and say, I want to go on a vacation, because you think, oh, that means I have to shut down my shop. That means my customers will come knocking. They won't see anybody there. That means if they don't see you, they will have to discover other businesses. That means you're actually pushing your customers to other businesses, and you won't want to do that. And so, though people are making money in brick and mortar business, I won't say they are not. Some people are. It's also very limiting. It takes away your freedom. It takes away your time with your family. It takes away so many other things from you. And you definitely can't run a brick and mortar when you have a full-time job.
Thank you very much for that. That is very important. It's very, very important that you understand how to use some of these tools, because, yeah, the internet, like I said before, runs on tools, no? On software particularly, because you are going to have to use email communication, learn how to design your graphics. Something like Canvas can actually be very useful for you in doing most of these things. All right, now we have said all this one. How can people connect with you? Maybe they want to do business with you. Use this small moment to advertise yourself. Connect with people. Please go ahead.
Okay, so if you want to connect with me, um, you can reach me on Facebook. If you search for my Facebook name, Gbemi Oduyemi, you would find me there. You can connect with me by sending me an email at info@gfoconsult.com. That's info@gfoconsult.com. You can also register on my website if you want to know more about how to join my platform. You can register. It's with just your name and email, and that's all you need. Just your name and email on www.gfoconsult.com. And once you do the registration, I will send you an email. Once you do the registration, actually, you'll be able to connect with me on Facebook as well, because you have my link available after the registration. What we offer is a free, you get to watch a free webinar. That's the first thing you get to watch. The free webinar will tell you a bit more about the business, how we run it, and you see live people that are already succeeding coming on there to give their own personal testimony of where they were in life and where they are right now, how the business has helped them. You, after watching the webinar, you get to decide if what you've heard resonates with you, if you're interested, right? So our platform is not looking to force anybody to join. We want people to make informed decisions before you join, because at the end of the day, it's your business and you will run your business. Though you are running your business, you will not be running it alone. That we can guarantee. You would always be there with you, but we also want you to come in informed. We want you to know what you're getting yourself into, because we don't intend to force anybody to join. So when you watch the free webinar, you want to know more, you'll be told in the webinar what to do to know more. And once you do that, I will connect with you one-on-one, and from then on I can help you every step of the way as much as you need. Even before you pick the next step, if you want to know more, I would answer as much of your questions as I possibly can. With you, if you want to connect with me on phone, I would have my number there for you. You can call me, you can WhatsApp me, and we will have a chat.
So that meaning that there's somebody out there to help in case you need help. That's good.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Now, what would you recommend as the best strategy to succeed as a digital entrepreneur today?
The best strategy to succeed: always be open to learning. Always be open to learning new things. Um, there's so many ways. There's so many things you can do to succeed out there. But for me, the what I've learned so far is being open to learning new things. As I said before, social media wasn't my thing. It's something I've had to learn. Now it's almost second nature to me. But if you are closed-minded about things, um, you will find it very difficult to move, because the digital world is a very fast moving world. It's fast paced. There's something always being released, new versions every time. Facebook is always changing. Instagram always bringing out new stuff. YouTube, all of them, even Zoom, Microsoft, everybody is developing, right? And you have to be able to move quickly to meet up with these things. If you live the life that is kind of stuck in the past in your head, you would move very slowly. So, and this is where this is another advantage of of my platform, because we're a team and a group. Each time there's a change, there's always a committee of people that are studying that change and coming to present to the whole community what is changing and what we need to do to change. So we're always updated on the newest trend. It's not about me having to go out there and find what's the newest thing. Or the platform already provides that, because people are always checking for the newest thing, always updating the whole community on the newest trends and the latest changes in algorithm and things like that. So it helps us shift and move along with things, and helps us grow as quickly as possible as well. So for me, yeah, being open-minded and being ready to learn.
Thank you, dear Gbemisola. It has really been a pleasure talking with you today. We have talked about a lot of important things relating to your business and also to digital entrepreneur as it were. And I believe a lot of people that are listening to us, they have a lot of value to take away from it. Now, to conclude the conversation, maybe that is something you wanted to say. I didn't ask you. What will be your last message to the people that are listening to you?
My last message, I think, will be the fact that everybody always thinks I don't have enough to invest in to start a business of my own. But I know a lot of us have something to invest. If you look through what you have, some of us are sitting on so much money in our houses. You buy all these expensive bags, expensive purses, expensive things that you really don't need. They are basically liabilities, right? And what you're being asked to do is to invest. You have to invest in order to get something back. For me, that's a big challenge. I find a lot of people find it very difficult to invest, but they find it very easy to spend. And those are two different things. The same amount you find easy to spend, you find it difficult to invest it in your future. I would advise people not to go into anything thinking it's going to be free. Even if someone told you there's going to be a free stuff somewhere, believe me, somewhere along the way, you might come in free at the beginning. You will realize you won't make anything running on the free platform or the free whatever they've offered you. You will soon realize that in order for you to move further in whatever it is that you started free, you'd need to invest a certain amount of money. And now at that time, you might have hooked yourself in so much you have no choice but to go in. If you prefer to work that way, that's fine. But if you prefer to work with in a place where you've been told exactly how much you'll be needing to start and things like that, then you want to look for those opportunities that will tell you straight up, this is about how much you will need to start. Not that there won't be more than that, not that it won't cost you more than that, but you already have a good idea. So basically, what am I trying to say? We need to get rid of our everything free mindset. I want to make money for free. I want to do this for free, right? Even if you go on YouTube, you find so many videos that say, oh, you can do typing jobs for free. You can earn this money. All you need is this. Believe me, they make it sound very easy. Even I have tried some of them. You would go in there and you will discover some of those platforms will need you to register with a certain amount of money in order for them to hire you as for their typing jobs. Some of them will need you to do certain tests that you wouldn't have been told in the YouTube videos before, right? So there's something to be invested. There is something to be invested. If you're not investing a certain amount of money, you definitely will invest a certain amount of time. So you need to weigh. Do you have the time to invest? If yes, go ahead with those ones. If you don't have the time to invest, then you have to find money to invest in order to start something for yourself. But whatever it is you want to do, there is always something that needs to be invested, and there's a certain amount of work to be done. You have to do a certain amount of work. There are some investments that won't need you to do work, but they'll need you to put down huge amounts of money. That's like doing partnership. And in order for you to be able to do that, you have to be able to raise money by doing other businesses that require you to put down money. So you see, uh there's no free stuff in this world. There's nothing like free stuff. And I think that's a very big message people need to know.
Thank you so much, dear Gbemisola Oduyemi. It has been an honor.
Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to have been part of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure. If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi Ewafo. Thank you so much for listening and talk to you in the next episode.